Happy holidays and welcome to the Modesta Mahiga 360 Leadership Podcast. Today, we're going to talk about how to create holiday boundaries that safeguard your new year. If you haven't already, subscribe and share the Modesta Mahiga 360 Leadership Podcast. It'll let others know that they too can come here for work and life success stories, strategies, and skill building resources. Now, listen, if you were asked, somebody stops you on the street and they're interviewing passerbys, and you were asked to share one word to describe the holidays, you probably share the most beautiful adjective describing the warm and fuzzies we feel around this time of year. But what if you were asked that question about each area of your life? What one word would you use to describe your spiritual, mental, emotional, relational, physical, financial well being around the holidays? Perhaps your choice of words would not be so cozy. As the year draws to an end, I would like to share three holiday boundaries you can create that'll safeguard your new year. Number one is set a vision for the new year. Where do you want to be? What do you want to see? What do you want to become? What do you want to achieve in the new year and beyond? When you think of this, and I challenge you to think about each of the different aspects of your 360 existence. So that's your spiritual life, that's your mental, emotional, physical, relational, financial, leadership, professional, uh, impact, legacy. When you think of those areas and you think of the new year, set a vision for where you would like to be. Why am I asking you to do this? By being very clear about where you want to go. When you come back to the present, and I'm talking about the holidays, when you come back to the present, you're going to understand that there are decisions you make that will either advance you toward the vision you have for the new year, or they will take you away from it. And so do not let temporary gratification get in the way of you investing in a better future. I know we've heard this said in so many different ways, but it is so true. The holidays is just one of the times. I don't know if it's the lights or it's the colors or it's just the warm and fuzzies of being with community, with family and friends, and getting away from work, whatever it is. But there's something about this time of year that lets us let loose. But then come January, we're thinking, oh, snap. Maybe that was in excess. Maybe that was a knee jerk reaction. Maybe I should have taken some time to think that through, because the decisions that I made during the holidays have come back to bite me now that I've started the new year. So that's the first holiday boundary. Just start by having vision. Just you having vision tells your mind, tells your heart, tells you that since I have something greater to look forward to, I cannot pretend I did not see that future vision. I cannot pretend I do not know that that's where I want to go. I cannot pretend that this is how I want to improve that area. Now that I have seen what I have seen about where I want to go, I cannot unsee it. I cannot pretend that's where I'm going. And I cannot pretend that my actions today will not impact the future. As a matter of fact, the only way we will achieve our dreams is if we take steady, consistent daily action toward it. And I'm one of those. I'm one of those who used to say, "Look, I'll start January 1st, or I will start on Monday." Do I have somebody else out here who would maybe get on a diet by Wednesday? You've broken it. You're like, I've already broken it. Might as well start on Monday. But Monday's a long time away. So now is the time. If you have a goal in mind, if you have a vision for where you want to go, now is the time. Today is the day to start actualizing it. And the second holiday boundary that will safeguard your new year is what I just hinted at: set goals, set very specific goals that you want to achieve in the next 12 months. By doing that, then you start giving a figure You start giving both a quantitative and a qualitative measure of where you want to go. This is where budgets start coming in. If you want to invest in further education in the new year, if you want to change your kids' schooling in the new year, if you want to build in the new year, or get an extension in the new year, whatever it is you want to upgrade, it could be your health plan, your health coverage in the new year, and it requires finances, so you're not going to blow all your money on those gifts. Uh-oh. Or on those parties. Come on now, Modesta. Why are you getting in our business? But this is the truth. You know that if I want to go there in the next 12 months, and this is what I've allocated monthly toward that, then I cannot eat away at my reserves in December, because this is how I want to start January. And you guys know the jokes about people saying January has like 69 days. Some people are like 93 days. It seems to drag forever, because for those employed among us, to get to that date on that last week of January when you get paid seems to be so far away. Why? Because you probably blew your budget in December. So setting goals during the holidays then gives you very specific measures of what you want to achieve in the new year. Therefore, to give yourself margin, to give yourself limits, moderation in how you're going to spend. By the way, not just finances, your mental health, your emotional health. It's going to say, okay, so I'm going to be around family, and I'm going to be around, friends. I'm going to be around whoever it is that maybe in conversations you're often triggered, or you often feel competitive and now want to go toe to toe. If you think ahead, you can then make the decisions before you're in the moment of the situation. You can choose in advance by setting goals for the new year. You can choose in advance before the incident, before that potential scenario shows up, what you would like to think, to say, to do, to spend, where to be, with whom, so that you can then set yourself up during the holidays to win in the new year. So if you haven't been a person that sets goals, or if you have and you think I really would like to be more intentional about this, because I do know that I get caught in the moment of the holidays and then regret it in the new year. And it could be you and your spouse, or you and your entire family. So if you want to set personal goals you can actually stick to and achieve in the new year, and start setting them during the holidays, check out our self-paced personal goal setting course on www.modestamahiga.com/courses. That's www.modestamahiga.com/courses. The third holiday boundary that you can set that'll safeguard your new year is to actually commit to unplugging from work. If you're the type of person that tends to want to sneak in, your laptop and your work, or sneak out to the office, or even start a pet project because you're a workaholic and just cannot slow down, I'm going to challenge you to not see time unplugging from work, unplugging from the hustle and bustle, really winding down. That is not wasted time. That is not, and sometimes being a workaholic, and I'm putting my hand up here if only you'd see me. Being a workaholic sometimes makes you just feel like I'm not being productive. I'm wasting my life. I'm wasting my years. Surely there's something else I could do. Surely I could start that side hustle right now, which will start, speaking to me come January. There is just as much benefit, it is just as much leveling up, it is just as fruitful and winning and successful to slow down and refresh and recharge for the new year. We have bought into the notion that go, go, go is the only way to be. And if you want to see anything, and I'm telling you, I've actually quoted this before and you've probably heard me. If it's to be, then it's up to me. You don't stop when you're tired, you stop when you're done. Mm, Stop even before you get tired. Build in rest for you. And how are you going to do this in the holidays with everybody around? The kids are around, you're around, probably family, friends are around. You're going to again choose in advance, what will my days look like? And you can even have a routine. And I don't mean like every hour is scheduled for an activity. I actually mean you can safeguard the time and your resources and your mental emotional space, the bandwidth you have, what you give your attention to. You can etch out time to actually safeguard that time that you say, wait a second, I'm not waking up before a certain time. And when I wake up and I tend to want to do this, I won't do that. And when I'm thinking of going away and doing this instead, no, instead I'm going to go play golf. Instead I'm going to go hang out with the kids. Instead, choose in advance what you will do when that self-talk starts telling you to go in a frenzy and get crazy, because that's what you're used to doing all year. Because you need to unwind, you need to unplug, you need to slow down just as much as you would need to go 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 when the new year starts. So this is recharging your batteries. This is that revving. This is like, when before planes take off, they will, skirt around, they will build power for that runway sprint and takeoff. And this is the same for you. You actually slowing down to recharge, to refresh, to unwind, to unplug, that is you building power for the new year. So, this is another holiday boundary that you can set that will safeguard your new year so that you do not get into the new year so flustered, so exhausted, in need of a holiday from your holiday. And I'm just going to add a bonus one: get an accountability partner. Get somebody, a friend, or even a colleague, maybe another colleague who likes to go, 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 and say, look, we're going to check in on each other and just say, put it down, or whatever code you're going to have for each other. Put it down, not today, or whatever it is you'd like to say to each other to remind each other, no, it is okay. Matter of fact, it is necessary. If I am going to thrive in every area of my work and life in the new year, then it is necessary for me to unplug. It is necessary for me to set specific goals and not go over limits that I set for myself. It is necessary for me to have a vision for the new year so that I do not see the holidays as the only thing that's before me and the only thing that matters. And just as I've always done, get into the new year with regret. If you have enjoyed this episode on how to create holiday boundaries that'll safeguard your new year, give this episode a like if you're on YouTube, and share it wherever it is that you consume your podcast, whether that's Apple or Google or Amazon or Spotify or YouTube. Share this with others and let them know that this podcast really speaks to you as a leader 360. Not just about how to increase your leadership effectiveness and lead your team and organizations and have market impact, but really how to lead yourself well, how to govern yourself, how to steward yourself well, so that you can show up in the full measure of how you should show up when you are in a work context. So, this was the holiday edition of the Modesta Mahiga 360 Leadership Podcast. I hope you've enjoyed it. Again, that course on personal goal setting is on modestamahiga.com/courses. And if you're interested in starting out the new year with intentionality, with not just goals, but a tailored plan to help you grow in the areas you know you need to grow in, if you're to level up to the next level opportunities that you want to achieve, that you want to move toward in the new year and beyond, then you may just be the person to take our global executive coaching program. So reach out to us on operations at modestamahiga.com, and let us know that you're interested in the Global Executive Coaching Program. And we'll make sure to get the brochure out to you, get you in conversation with me about what it is that you're looking to grow, which area of your work, which area of your life, where you aspire to grow as a leader in your context or globally. And we'll see if this program is a right fit for you and get you started in the new year. See, that's just another reason right there to safeguard your finances, because you and I might be working together next year. And that's a great investment towards your future. Thank you so much, you guys, for the amazing year we've had together on the Modesta Mahiga 360 Leadership Podcast. I truly look forward to connecting with you in the new year. Please let us know what you have gained from this podcast this year, what it is you look forward to hearing more of, or maybe new content next year, and we'll make sure to put that together for you and give you a shout out for reaching out to us, letting us know how the podcast has impacted you and what it is that you look forward to. Have a wonderful one.